Hi. Let me get logged on over here. Ow. Okay. How's it going this evening? I am just finishing up cutting out the pieces that I forgot to cut out for yesterday's video to finish up the Erica bowler bag that we started last night. Hi Diane, how are you? So yeah, I'm just cutting out the zipper overlay. And then I have the interiors prepped, which this is what I had forgotten to cut out last night. Hi, Karen. So I've got my interiors prepped and ready to go. And then this is going to be my pocket. And, you know, I re-interfaced this and it's still not all the way down. Not the best interfacer. So I just need to cut out, this is my zipper overlay pocket or piece, and I just need to cut the box out of the inside, I think. Oh no, that's too big. I haven't had a chance to use my new zipper ruler from Lauren yet. I was hoping I could use it on this, but an inch too small. So I hope everybody is doing okay today. I had a good day. We were going to go out of town to Savannah for a bachelorette party, but the universe had different plans for us today. I found a puppy running in the streets, and she is currently right next to me. She's I brought her home, fed her, and yeah, introduced her to Joppa after being outside for a little bit, and now she's inside in my studio right here. I'll show her to you in just a second. She's super sweet. She's very skittish, but she seems to have maybe taken a liking to me because she's kind of my shadow now. I have her picture up all over Facebook, and so far nobody has said anything. And I called the Humane Society today, or I called Animal Control because she was just running loose in the streets. I called Animal Control. I didn't know what to do. And they told me to leave her. They told me to leave her and that she would go home. Like, I understand that you're likely super taxed just like every other industry, but how can you just tell me to leave a dog in the road? I don't know. So I couldn't do that. It took me a while to get her into my car. I tried to hoist her up at one point, and she wasn't a super fan of that, but she kept darting out to the road. So yeah, anyways, got her in the car with the help of another lovely couple. And yeah, I'll show her to you guys. Oops, sorry. So this is her. Oh, you say hi? She is a super sweet baby. She's probably about a year old. Looks to be like some sort of pit mix, which is what Joppa is. Her and Joppa get along famously, which is great. But yeah, so if you hear any click-clacking, it's her. I haven't had a dog hang out in the studio since before Ruka died. So it's kind of nice to have some company in here that's not a cat in my way. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Jenna, for sure. Yeah, so I'm trying not to get attached to her just in case somebody claims her, but she's really skinny, and she's got a lot of scars on her face, and her ears are kind of scarred up. So, and she didn't have a tag or collars, so I'm assuming that whoever had her, well, I don't know. I'm trying not to make any assumptions, but anyways, I'm doing my due diligence, keeping her safe, feeding her, all that jazz, and I don't know. Hopefully it works out. Either she goes back to a loving home or looks like we might have gotten a dog. As long as she gets along with the cats. She was really, really interested in Salvador earlier, and she was barking at him, so I don't really know. But she's a puppy, and it took Joppa. Joppa still chases Druzy around, so we'll see how it goes. Yes, Karen, I plan on taking her to the vet tomorrow to get her scanned for a chip to see if she has one. And then obviously, if she's somebody's dog, I'm not going to keep her, but we, you know, just are giving her a soft place to land for the evening, and then if we can't reunite her, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyways, let's get to it. So last night, we worked on the exterior panels of the, I almost said Betty Buller, of the Erica Bowler bag. And if you don't know, this is a pattern by Oro Rosa. I'm making it at 85%, so it is a bit smaller than the original. I also finished the gusset last night, and I have Craft Tex in the bottom to use as my stabilizer. If you were with me last night, then you know that this is my third combination of different materials that I'm testing, just to see what combination I like the best. For example, like Peltex or foam, or now Craft Tex. Oh, here's Joppa. Anyways, so what we need to do is finish our interior pieces before we can move on, because the interior pieces are attached to these because the inside of this bag is bound with binding. And yeah, sorry, the dogs are over here, so they're distracting me. Okay, so let me move you down a little bit. See, this seemed to be a decent angle last night, so we'll do this. Get this stuff out of the way. All right. We have a problem with living out in the country. People just dump them. Yeah, Jenna, that's definitely a problem here where I live too. People do dump animals, and which is just mind-boggling to me. I could never imagine doing that. Our animals get treated like kings and queens, so it just, I just don't understand that mindset. But you know, I guess it happens. We've adopted all of our pets, so yeah, it happens. All right, so I am just kind of picking the placement that I want for this pocket. I'm not using patterns, the pattern measurements, just because I did resize this. And yeah, I'm just free flowing right now. So I'm going to put it 2.25 inches down from this top edge, and then I'm going to center it. So before I center it, I'm going to add some tape here. And I'm just going to add tape around the bottom. Or the bottom edge, sorry. Totally didn't finish my thought there. Alrighty. Oops. Hi guys. Okay, so now I'm just going to center it on this panel piece. And then I'm just going to be careful. I'm not going to stick this bottom right corner all the way down because I'm going to put a tag in there. Oops. Finger stuck to the tape. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do this "You Look Really Pretty Today" tag. These tags are from Lauren. If you don't know, they're super cute. I love adding them into all of my bags now. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And now I need to go over to the machine and I'm going to stitch just around the bottom. This is exactly how I install my Tasteel tote zipper overlay. I read through the pattern. She puts in her pocket differently than the way that I'm going to do mine. But yeah, so, you know, just difference of technique. But yeah, so let's go sew. I need to pull this down just a skosh. It's like almost touching the writing. There, that's a little better. So that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, so I'm gonna move you over this way. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Here's Droppy's too, if you guys want to see. Droppy, say hi. Say hi. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. She looks like a seal. I've had pit bulls all my life, and they always have like a seal face, but she literally looks like a seal, like a baby seal. Her eyes are almost all black. She's so darn cute. And she's just so sweet. She's scared of everything though. Like the water, we have and she's stinky, she needs a bath. But we have like a water jug so that it refills the animal's water thing, and the bubbling freaks her out. And then anytime if you're loud or slam anything, she's like really, really skittish. All right, so I am using a 4-stitch length. Kind of can't believe I remembered to change that after basting last night. So I'll try to angle you down just a touch. All right, so this is what we have so far, and now I just need to go back and I'm going to cut out the fabric from inside here, and then we're going to lay in the zipper. Watch out, sweetie. Okay. And so I'm going to do a black number 3 zipper, and it's going to be zipper by the yard. It's so cute. I don't know why number 3 zipper by the yard is so much cuter than regular zipper, or yeah, just like regular number 3s. But yeah, I think it's because the teeth are different color. I don't know, I just love them. And so I like to make my zipper at least as long as the overlay, if not longer. Oops. Just threw that behind my dresser over there. Okay, let's see. Is there dog drama? No, Karen, not at all. But Joppa is such a sweetheart. He can play with any animal. So I didn't foresee him having an issue, but she's also just sweet as can be. Joppa went in a little heavy with trying to play, so we had to like moderate that a little bit, but she's been in the house now for like 2.5 hours, and once they got the initial wiggles out of their system, they've been doing good and just chilling. I think because I'm up and talking and moving, they're up and moving now, but before they were both asleep. Drop it out on the couch and her in here. But anytime I move, like if I get down from my chair, she stands up. So she's definitely just trying to get a gauge on what's going on. Okay, so I just cut all through there, and then now I'm just going to trim this lining fabric back. Lisa says, my pets have always been my children. Yes, me too. You know, not having kids myself, we've always had pets, and, you know, we just really, really, really enjoy them and want them to be safe and loved. And like I said, we've adopted all of them. And Ruka especially, he had a really, really hard upbringing before we got him. So we just always try to do, you know, what we can. Now, Sal and Joppa, I don't think they've ever met. They were never abused or living scared. And you can tell their personalities are very relaxed. But Druzy and Ruka were both very, very different personalities. But this little girl, she seems like she might have been on the street for a little bit. But she's still just so, so tender and sweet. She's just a little nervous. I need to get some of those other scissors that have the flat edge. Duckbill scissors, they might be called, something like that. Make this process a lot easier, I think. I'm just always so scared of cutting the overlay. It's such a hack job, but whatever. Okay, so it's not very pretty, but it gets the job done, and now we can lay our zipper. And so I'm just gonna add a second layer of double stick tape all the way around. Jenna said, it makes me very angry, found one, and hubby said if he gets in the back of the truck, I can keep him. Wrong thing to tell me. We already had 8 in total. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Yeah, we weren't really planning on getting another dog. We've been discussing it, but then when we decided to, you know, do the RV thing, we had decided to wait on a dog. But Joppa definitely loves having company. But, you know, if it works out and we hold on to her, then that's just life. So we'll see. Joppa will be happy, that I know. All right, so we need to add our zipper pull. I just read something in one of the sewing groups that when you're putting a zipper pull on, you should look for the, like if it was even before I just cut it, you would look for the tooth that was the closest to the end, and that's the side that you put on first. And it's supposed to alleviate that bubble that can happen. Which, because I cut it before I tried it, I won't know, but it seems like a handy trick to have in your back pocket. I have the zipper jig, but it doesn't work very great with the number 3 zipper pulls. They're so tiny. Okay. Oh, she's laying under my chair. She's gonna freak when I move it. Oh, she got it. Okay, good. Let's see, Kristen. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we try to treat animals good. Another animal came up to us on our road trip. That was intense because we thought it was like, I thought it was an alligator coming out of the lake, and Brandon thought that it was a Florida panther, which I think was wishful thinking on his part. But when we were boondocking in Okeechobee, a dog ran up to us, and through the power of Facebook, we were able to reunite it. But that dog was obviously somebody's dog. It's a quite different situation than this. This dog looks like she could have just been out on the street. And then last summer, a dog that I named Jesco, because I had every intention of keeping him. He had been hit by a car, and I took him to the vet, and they said they wouldn't euthanize him without telling me, and they did, and my heart was broken. Because we were going to keep him for sure. He was such a sweet baby, and he, oh my gosh, it was so terrible. He was in so much pain. And then, yeah, now this baby girl. Got a just-in-case name for her yet, Diane? So I really like the name Jinx. At first I said Jovi, like Jovie, but Brandon said like Bon Jovi, and so that one's out. Nothing against Bon Jovi, but I don't know that I want to name a dog after him. And then I like the name Jinx. Brandon likes the name Jasper. It seems like we're on a J theme. But yeah, again, trying not to get too, you know, involved, but it's damn near impossible for me. Okay, so I just laid my fabric right sides down on the zipper tape. And then when I sew, I'm going to flop the fabric back and forth so that I don't actually sew on the lining. And yeah, so I'm going to move back over to the machine, and we're going to finish up this pocket, and then we will be cruising. And it really comes together. Oh, Karen, Jasper. Yeah, Brandon will be happy to hear that. And yeah, Jesco, I cried. We went to the Virgin Islands for my birthday, and I was crying the whole time over Jesco. I was heartbroken. I was calling every day, calling the vet, and they finally responded after days of calling, and they said that they'd euthanized him that night that we brought him in, even though they said they wouldn't. But he was pretty bad. He couldn't stand. He had open wounds, and we live right near the highway, so he had obviously gotten hit by a car, and he ended up in the creek behind our house, and yeah, he was just crying the whole time he was with us, and oh, it was terrible. Lisa, yeah, she doesn't seem to be bothered by the machine running at all. And hi, Krista. All right. And yeah, Krista, I agree. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Okay, so we're just going to pop back over to the machine and finish these panels up. Okay, so first I'm going to start out by sewing the bottom, and so I'm going to flip it up like so, and I'm going to sew just from this left zipper tape, the teeth over here, down, and then back up to this side, and then I'm going to flip the pocket down. Okay, so it looks like that. So from there to there, and then I'm gonna flip this entire pocket down, make sure that it's laying correctly, and then I'm gonna sew around the top edge here. And I'm adding some stay stitches across the teeth just for stability. Okay, so it looks like that on the back. And that's what it looks like on the front. And then now we just need to stitch up our sides here. So I'm going to do that real quick. And when I do this, I do try to stitch over my zipper teeth if I can. Sometimes I just don't have enough excess, but you can kind of see here. So I'm gonna sew as close to this edge here and over those zipper teeth, just to, again, for more stability, because people really pull on their zippers. My mom is the worst. She breaks her zippers constantly. She'll just pull the whole damn head off. Or zipper pull off. That one's pretty stuck on there. All right, so now we have one completed inner pocket. Another thing that you want to pay attention to is if you have a directional pattern, you need to be aware of that on the inside of your pocket. So just make sure that it's laying correctly. Okie dokie. Artichoke. I'm going to trim this one down just a touch. All right, so now what we're going to do is attach the linings to the exteriors. And the one with my pocket, I'm putting on the back so that when you open the bag and you look into it, you see the zipper pocket right there. So just lay it and pin it in place. And then I'm going to sew from the cork side. And this is just a based situation, or base type situation. I'm going to leave it at my 4 stitch length, but just stitch all the way around to secure them together. I'm sewing scant 1/8 seam allowance. I just moved this really quick and she jumped. What are you guys doing? So this is what it looks like on the inside. Here's on the outside. And then now we just need to do it on the other panel. Lori said, why not name her both names? Jasper Jinx. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I named Salvador a really extravagant long name, and then he was our first pet. His full name is Salvador Crinkus the Ginger Magnificent. And so that's like what I write on all of his vet paperwork and everything. And yeah, all of our pets have funny nicknames, but we haven't done a ridiculous name. But oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. If we keep her, I might have to give her a very special name. So now we have them both ready, and now we can start on the actual construction of the bag. This is going to take a bunch of pins, so we're going to hop back over here. I went out and got some bias tape today. I haven't used this yet, so we'll see how that goes too later. Oh, JJ for short. Yeah, that's really cute. Hi, Robin. Yes, welcome. What time is it over in Australia? Let's see. I had a ferret named Jasper. Oh, that's fun. Ferrets seem like they would be such fun to have. My friend had one when I was in middle school out in Colorado. And that guy was everywhere all the time. His name was Taz. All right, so I'm going to find my center. This is my center here. I know because I pieced the gusset together. But so I just need to find my center on the top panel. And I'm going to do that just by trying to center these stitch lines, which sometimes it works easily and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so 1.75, 2. 2. Okay, that was pretty centered. And then I have my center mark up here. So, oh, yep, and there's that one. And then I have just a little bit of overhang here, so I'm just going to tighten these edges up. Just so that when I'm sewing, I know that I'm actually catching the bag and not just the interfacing or, you know, what have you. Okay. So we're going to take our front panel. And I like my zipper to open on the left side of me. So because I'm right-handed, it's just the habit. I always put my zipper head on the left. And so I'm just going to line up my middle line mark with this one and just start pinning or clipping. And I like to just start from the top and ease around these corners, and then I'll go to the other side and I just work it all the way around until everything is pinned and everything's nice. You don't want any folds in your gusset because if you have those, then you're going to sew them and it's going to be obvious. If you have a stapler, you can staple in the seam allowance. I've never actually done that, but I know a lot of people do, and it seems like it's really helpful. I just feel like because I hold such tight seams, I don't know that I could only staple in the seam allowance. So this flex foam on the top is making this a little bit harder to do. I'm gonna, oops, trim this edge down. Keep it going. All right, 10:30 a.m. Awesome, Robin. Well, good morning to you. Let's see. I've had 39. Currently, I have 2. Ferrets? Oh my gosh, Becky. That's awesome. Yeah, Brandon had a rat when he was younger, a rat named Duff. But I've never had an animal. I've never had like an exotic. I did want a, gosh, what are they called? Oh, a sugar glider. Oh my gosh, I wanted one so bad when I was in high school. And I had my mom convinced, and then we found out that they were nocturnal, and she kiboshed that pretty quick. And you should have multiples of them, was what we found out, so that they don't get depressed. Seemed like a lot of work. Okay, so this this craft tex is definitely harder to ease into these curves. I had used Peltex and foam on my first 2, and it was a lot easier to maneuver. It also seems like this gusset may be a little big, which isn't too surprising because I forgot to enlarge the exterior pocket before I quilted it, so it shrunk a little bit. But we are gonna make this work. And I'm gonna sew this with the gusset side up. Just makes it easier to see, maneuver, and then you can fold and push on the gusset when you're sewing. Okay, it's definitely a little big. So when this happens to me, when my gussets are too big, I just go back and rework it all the way around. Until I get every piece of it eased into whatever it is I'm fitting it to. All right, so this is what it looks like. Oops, popped a clip off. It's probably gonna happen a bunch. Might as well add some more clips so that it doesn't move around a ton when I'm sewing. Okay, so inside, exterior. Sorry, I got a text message. Somebody's asking me about the dog. Okay. Lori said, I'm at the airport picking hubby up. A few older ladies like your channel. They said hello and writing down. Aw, thank you, Lori. Tell them I said hi. Ooh. And if they're traveling, happy travels. We've rescued ferrets a lot. That's so cool. I love it when anybody rescues any animal. I just think it's great. And then Robin said, I love how much love you give to each bag you make. I try to, you know, just imagine. I mean, people are paying good money for these bags, so I want them to be as nice as possible, for sure. Okay, I'm going to pop back over to the machine, and we are going to muscle through this together. But first, I'm going to go check, because I hear some chewing. We do have lots of toys, but I'm just going to go check, lay eyes on the dogs real quick. Hi. It's okay. You can go chew on your bone. She kind of has like crazy eyes too. You know, like how Rottweilers, when they look up, the whites show. You say hi. See her crazy eyes? She's so cute. She's scared of the light on top of the tripod. Okay, so when I do my gussets, I always start at the bottom, just because if at any point when I'm sewing it starts to shift or get wonky on me and there is some area that has a bubble, I'll try to keep it on the bottom. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to sew about 3/8 of an inch on this seam, if I can. Ow, ooh, tweaked my finger. Yeah, I don't know that I'll use Craft Tex again. guess we'll see how it feels when it's all done. I think that adding some piping to this bag would be so nice and really make it pop, which I might do on my next one just to try it out. Piping is such a fun addition to any bag. It seems super overwhelming or like a little intimidating, but it's really not that hard, and it just adds so much to bags. Definitely getting some shifting going on here. I'm just gonna try to get through this curve and then see what I can do to fix it. Whew, my arm hurts from wrestling this thing. Okay, so I definitely have some shifting on this side over here. So I'm just gonna try to ease it in as I'm sewing. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. Yeah, there's definitely some excess here. This is no fun. Don't like it when this happens. So I'm gonna pick out some of these stitches and I'm gonna try to ease it in and keep sewing because there's definitely a little bubble down here. I haven't run into this problem on the other two that I made, which is quite shocking, really. Normally, I have some issues easing the gussets in. But I think that the Craft Tex really, it's so thin but so stiff that you can't hide anything in your seams or in your stitches. Usually you can kind of stretch while you're sewing and it'll kind of nest the mistake, but not with Craft Tex. You can kind of see, I don't know if you could tell because the light, but there's a little bit of little tiny fold down in here, but it's not bad. It felt like it was going to be worse. And then when it's flipped, it probably won't even show at all because it'll be stretching around the bound edge there. So, okay, one side in, then you want to make sure to unzip your zipper here. Then we're going to go back and clip in the second side. Hi, bud. What are you doing? Okay. Yes, Karen, Zeba made that quilt. I haven't hung it yet. That is a sunset quilt, I think she called it. What did I do with it? Oh, gosh, I left my other one over there. Hold on. What are you guys doing? Watch out. So here is the other side, and now we just need to get this lady in here. Use a stiletto, it helps. What do you mean? What's a stiletto? Is that like the pointy tool? Let me trim this one up a little bit. Joppa, what are you doing? Okay. Hopefully this one goes in a little easier. So start by matching the center lines. Second side is always harder to do just because this side is so stiff. Just more to push on, wrestle. Okay. Oh, I realized I just put, oh, never mind. Jenna, can I ask a question about interfacing? If Decoville is not available, what's your next go-to? Honestly, I don't use Decoville. I have used Decoville. I like it. It's fine. But it's so expensive, and I find that I've just grown up using 808. This is actually 809 and Flex Foam. But yeah, I've just always used 808. So that's what I use. I don't use Woven Fuse either. Oh yeah, so you can see the bubble here. That's what I was struggling with earlier. All right. Hi, Kaylin. I don't know what you go by. Lynn, maybe? Vero Beach, I was just down there last weekend. We tried to see the SpaceX launch up at Cape Canaveral, and they canceled it because of weather. Super bummed. Double-sided tape or glue when this happens. Robbie, you mean when like the bubbles form? Because, I mean, my gusset's just a touch too big, which is why it's doing that. But to take apart my gusset, I'd have to, that would be really hard to do. It seems pretty okay, and then as I'm sewing, I'll just have to ease it in, just like I did on the other side. This is what it looks like. It's not too bad. And then as long as it's even, I don't want it to sit. Oh, wow. It's like so off. Can you see how like off I did the panels? I'm gonna have to redo that. That's hilarious. I'm glad I checked before I sewed it. Let's try this one again. I don't even see my center anymore. I'm going to start at the bottom this time instead of the top, and hopefully it'll work better. Have I... Oh, Jenna said I've been using 808 and 809 and Peltex Heavy. Yep, that's basically my go-to. I love the Peltex Heavy. That's what I used in the base of the other two. Oh, where? Oh, duh. And then Flex Foam is the other one that I always have on hand too. Let's see, SewFuse Plus. No, Karen, I have not used that. I remember seeing it though whenever it came out. But no, I just assumed that it was like Decaville. I don't really know. Or is it like the Woven Fuse? Which I never use Woven Fuse anyways, so. I actually bought like a bunch of yards of it, tried it, didn't like it, made the bag really heavy, and so I sold it. Oh my gosh, actually, ding, ding, ding. The person that I sold it to was here the day that we found Jesco in the creek. Because she drove here from out of town to my house to buy it from me, and I was at the vet's office. And the vet wouldn't take him. Gosh, what's up with these? Man, Shelby needs to get its act together. But yeah, the vet wouldn't take him, even though he was in the back of my car bleeding, obviously wounded. Wouldn't take him because they were busy. So we brought him back here. And then that's when we called and he was picked up by another vet. And they euthanized him. But the lady that I sold the Woven Fuse to was here on my porch. Actually, she was on my neighbor's porch, talking to my neighbor while I was at the vet hospital. That's weird. Okay, double-sided tape keeps it in place. Oh yeah, like when you're doing this. Yeah, I can imagine. I do double-sided tape on my mini box totes now instead of gluing them at the top, and I find that that's really helpful. Okay, so you can see here, this is the problem. So it's just a little bit big, so I'm just gonna have to carefully ease it in. I don't understand. What is going on here? It still seems crooked for some reason. Maybe it's just because I don't have it sewn yet. It seems like when I look at it from this vantage point, that it's just a little crooked on the bottom, but when I look at it individually, on the individual sides, it doesn't seem like that. All right, I guess we're gonna go for it. If it's terrible, I'll just keep it. Totally just got sidetracked. This is not even the side I'm working on. Oh gosh. Okay. Of course, this is gonna be happening whenever I'm filming live. Naturally. Is it off from the bend of the clips? I don't think so. It looks like, when I look at it from a certain vantage point, it looks like this panel is at a different angle than this panel. But when you look at it like this, it doesn't seem off. And of course, having the clips on the bottom, it's hard to ensure that it's sitting correctly, but and so a lot of times if I have a gusset that's slightly larger, see, you see what I'm talking about? You see at that angle how it looks like this side is higher than this side? Do you need to clip the corners? I don't know. It's because my gusset's like a little too long. It's bigger than the piece, than this. This is gonna drive me crazy. I can see it, that it's off. Do you see what I mean? That's crazy. So it seems like I mean, it looks like it's fine in there. All right, I'm just gonna go for it. It's just like almost comical. I mean, what'll happen if I sew it and it's not right and I don't fix it, it'll just be like a lopsided bag, which will just live with me. I just don't understand how that's happening. It's almost like this whole piece just needs to be pushed over. Let me try one more time. Okay, so if I pull it. Like that. Maybe. Okay. Let's try this. Just gonna try to quickly clip it. Could you be off with your seam allowances on the first side you sewed on? Well, the seam allowance shouldn't matter because I'm gonna mirror that same seam allowance over here. So that shouldn't be making it sit lopsided. Maybe happening as you're easing it in, you end up adjusting your centers. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. So it's like I can only ease in from like here up. But even then, it's like as soon as I clipped it in, it started to do it again. It's not nearly as bad as it was. Okay, just a little bit more. Oh yeah, much better. So now it's flat. Now it looks the same. Okay. Thought it was going crazy. It was like a freaking obstacle illusion. Optical. Okay. Maybe magically it'll fit. That would be nice. Yeah, Lynn, I agree. Most of us do go through this multiple times. I will say the first 2 bags I made, they just came together with such ease that I was like, oh yeah, I can go live and make this bag, no problem. I made my first one 4 days ago. Oh my gosh, the gusset fits way better. How about that? Yeah, so obviously I didn't have my curves. I don't know, something was off. Yeah, so the gusset fits better, and now the bottom is straight. So I'm glad that I did that for a 4th time. Sometimes you just gotta do things over and over and over again until they're right. Okay. I enjoy seeing someone beside me having to struggle. Yeah, well, you're welcome. If you were in my studio every day, you would see that that's basically what I do all the time. My seam ripper and I are like this. I'm gonna go let the dogs out real quick. I'll be right back. She had an accident in the house, sorry. Gotta clean it up real quick. Okay. Okay, sorry, geez, wow. She had a accident in the house, but I guess that's to be expected. Okay, so I'm just gonna start sewing on the bottom here again, and hopefully it's not a pain in the arse, but we'll see. I washed my hands, I'm getting the fabric wet. See, I can try moving you over here. You might have a better vantage point for what I'm doing. Oops. Okay. Let's see. This way you can see. Double check your centers. Hey, Nicole, you're back. Yes, Katrina, I'm back. Krista, does anybody remember the Lauren Mormino and the Great Piping Incident? I don't. Do tell. That sounds fun. Curves are so pretty in bags, but God, if they're not a pain to do. Especially, I'm really regretting using Craft Tex in this. It's hard to believe that something so thin can be so strong. Oh, I should have added my bias tape. That's what I did on the second one. I just added it before I sewed the two pieces together, and it made it easier because you only had to go around twice instead of 3 times. This is why my darn finger hurts all the time. Pushing on stuff. Ooh. Well, that's shifted. Let's peek what just happened. So it just shifted on me here, right here. Let's see, it was pushing up and out. Or right here, geez. Everywhere else looks good. I've also noticed that as long as you have nice curves and it's not jagged, then generally speaking, the outside of the bag, the curves will look nice. Huh. Maybe I was mistaken at the gusset laying nicer. Here we go with the shifting again. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh yeah, so I meant to tell you, another thing that I'll do if I notice that the gusset is too, yeah, Krista, no doubt, super annoying. If the gusset is too long to fit, so you have bubbles, if you let it, if you let the gusset overhang the lining piece, or the exterior and lining in this case, if you just let it come out a little bit wider, you can ease some of that in, and it'll make the gusset a little bit more narrow. But if you can keep the nice seam allowance and keep your seams nice and straight, generally it's unnoticeable because it doesn't change the structure of the bag. Usually. If you take in too much of your gusset, it will change the structure of the bag, and it will be lopsided. So we'll see how this one turns out. See, so when I'm using Peltex or foam on the bottom, oh, sorry, I forgot to angle you back down. When I'm using Peltex or foam on the bottom, this gusset is so much easier to maneuver and bend. And so that's definitely adding a lot more of this challenge. Because usually I can just shift the whole bag and ease the curve in as I'm going. But this Craft Tex is a bad idea. Oh yeah, you guys have front row tickets to this show tonight. Sorry it's not going along swimmingly. Definitely didn't expect to run into all this. But you can't win them all, right? This is a very good camera angle. Oh, good. Yeah, I should have kept you on the other side because this is like the one time that I'm really struggling. But whatever. It happens. Definitely not my first time, and I'm sure it won't be my last. See, it's like it eases in nice when I use my fingers, but as soon as I get it under the needle and the presser foot, the shifting happens because I have to put so much pressure on it. It seems like it would be easy. I've never tried it like this before. Hell, this is already a crazy video. Might as well just unpick it if it sucks. This is when like a cylinder arm would come in handy. Oh my God, it worked. Crazy. Try using tweezers to grip as you go. Yeah, I'd have to dig for mine. I think it was Tori from Seems Legit that said to sew the flat parts first, then the curve, so you won't get as much shifting. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I've never tried that before. And normally once I start, I just go until it's done. I guess the real moment of truth will be when I flip it and see how it's sitting. But at this point, I feel like I'm in too deep. I don't know that I want to flip it and see if it's weird, because if it is weird, like I said before, I'll just keep it. But flipping it at this point, I think would be hard because then I'm going to have to flip it back out to finish it. So we're just going to go for it. We're just going to call it. We're going to ride the waves together. All right, so back to the table where now we got to add the bias tape. A stiletto will help you pull and hold fabric as you sew. Yeah, I've never worked with one. I'll have to get one. It's life, love. We're all learning. Yes, absolutely, Jenna. Every day. We're enjoying the struggle. Have been there ourselves. Well, okay, good. Oh my gosh, this bias tape is so little. I thought that this was double fold bias tape. That's single. That's annoying. I bet I can get away with. Darn, I was really excited to try double fold. I got a bunch of other colors. Let's see. So I realized when I was putting these away that I got hem facing on this one, so it's not even double fold either. My eyesight must be going out. But let's see, I have gray, brown, and turquoise. in beige. I'll just do beige. Is this double fold? No! Oh my gosh, that's single fold too. Okay, double. Maybe I just forgot how to read. That's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna trim down my seams a bit. You are just all making us feel better. Nice to know we're not the only ones that have trouble sometimes. Oh yeah, Elizabeth, I struggle daily. In life and in sewing. But that's half the reason I wanted to try a new bags. I'm so tired of making the same stuff over and over. And I love other designers' work so much. I've been watching Oro Rosa. She puts out such incredible patterns. And she's just an absolute machine with it. I don't know how she puts out so many so fast, but yeah, when I got back from my trip, I was like, nope, it's happening now. Let's go for it. So, yes, the struggle is worth it. Keeps me humble. I kind of can't believe I was able to sew that from this side. I've never successfully done that before. All right, we're going with brown because that's the double fold. I can't really see. It's kind of hard to get a good angle when I'm working on this table. What's the machine next to your iron? That is my branding machine. It has my my SewGnar logo on a branding head, and that machine heats up, and then I just put all my pieces on the flat area to brand my logo. I love the machine. I'd love it even more if it worked. It does work when it wants to. And I would love it even more if the company that sold it to me cared that I paid $450 for a machine that breaks all the time. They were supposed to send me replacement parts. I was paying the shipping. And they just stopped responding. I can see on WhatsApp that they're reading my messages. They just don't respond. So that's great. Before I was using handheld branding iron, which worked 100% of the time. The only thing is that I wasn't applying even pressure. So on some of the cork, I would burn it, and on other ends, it would barely imprint. So I just had a hard time, and I was looking for an alternative that was dependable, that would apply even pressure. And that's how I found that machine. And yeah, it's its own special headache. But when it works, it's great. If you're looking into getting one, I do not suggest buying it from Zone Sun. That's where I got mine. I should have known just by the buying process that it was going to be a pain. But I did it anyway. Story of my life. I vote for turquoise. Oh, the double-sided bias tape. Yeah, it's too late now. We've come this far. Alrighty, so this is what it looks like now. I'm gonna sew it from the gusset side again, and I'm just gonna stitch where I stitched before just to add added security, and then also just so that way I catch all of the tape on the backside, or not all of it. If you've never used or double-sided tape, you basically you lay it flat and you match the raw edges to here, you sew, and then it flips over, and then this side flips down, and then you stitch on this edge here, and it catches the back edge, and then it encases the raw edge. Yeah, I think the brown looks nice too. I love brown and black together, and then with it being inside the bag, I don't think it's gonna be even noticeable, but we're about to find out. Barry said, I bought one of the handheld branding irons after I saw your video. That's terrible that the other one doesn't work right. Yeah, the handheld one, incredible company. They're super great. And Jenna said, I purchased your mini box tote and made it for my son's girlfriend for Christmas, and I love the pattern. I watched your video 100 times. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that the video helped. Yeah, the mini box tote, once you figure it out, it comes together quite easily. But it can be intimidating, especially with that top raw edge. Oh, here, let me put you back over here. Okay, sorry. I just have to go run and let the dogs in now. Alright, watch out, Winnie. Move, that's the watch out. You're doing the opposite. Okay, bless you. All right, here we go. course I would catch the folded edge. Why wouldn't I? I caught just a touch of the folded edge here. There we go. Oh, caught just a touch of it again. Oh, I sewed a bunch of it down here, of course. Boy, today is just not my day. My day for finding dogs, not my day for sewing. So I'm just picking all this out because I sewed it all together. I think the pups need a treat. They do need a treat. We can do that. Baby girl knows how to sit. It sounds like she's gonna give me something. Hey, what are you doing? Joppa, you need to watch her. Babysit. What are you doing? It sounded like you were up on something. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Love your sticker. Oh yeah, this one. I got it from a shop. She is the one, I don't know if you remember the song from a couple months ago, but it is song lyrics. And she turned it into stickers and everything else, like all sorts of other stuff. It was really big on TikTok and Instagram. She is a British gal, British illustrator. And I think she has since shut her shop down. But it was called Whoa Dude Designs. And she sold her stickers on her website. But Zeba got me that one, actually, my friend that made the quilt. And then I had bought a couple other ones for myself and other people. Did that work? Okay. But I sewed over here too, jeez. It's gonna be one of those bags that once I get done, I never want to look at it again. It was going together so well too. Yesterday was such a good sewing day. I guess you just never know how it's gonna go. Ow. Okay, okay, okay. All right, that looks okay. So we're gonna go with that. So now what I need to do is flip this edge, the folded edge, down and around to encase the seam. And I should have done this part first. And what's nice with the binding on this project, with the curves, is that once you get to the curves, it's so taut that it just kind of flips and holds itself. Hi, Rena. You have really missed it today. I've been screwing up left and right, so that's been very exciting. So much so that I totally... How did I... What did I... Oh, gosh. That I missed... I had to pick these stitches and forgot to continue sewing. And now I'm throwing stuff again. So I just want to point out that just because I'm struggling on this one today is by no means a reflection of the pattern itself. This is just where I'm at today. And, you know, we all have good days and bad days. I really thought today was going to be a good day, but, you know, whatever. I'm riding the struggle bus today, but that's fine. We'll get there. So you can see that because of all the curves, like I was saying, the bias tape just flips and holds itself in place. I am going to throw a couple clips just to make sure it doesn't shift around too much. And I'm also going to switch my thread to brown because today is obviously not a contrast stitching kind of day. I can tell. Hopefully whenever I flip this bag right side out, it'll just be like perfect. Because the outside came together nicely. Okay. Truly, you could probably get away with just double stick taping this since it holds itself so well. And then once it's flipped inside, well, actually, once it's flipped inside, it will have more give, so maybe not. Okay, let's change our thread. I wish I could have like music playing or something. I did that once and they flagged my video for copyright. But it would be nice instead of just listening to dogs barking in the distance. Hi, what are you guys doing? See if you can see them. What are you guys doing? Little meatball? What are you doing? Okay. I like the dogs and the sewing sound effects. Yeah, well, good. Hi, sweetheart. She's so cuddly. Okay, bag. Let's have a discussion. We're gonna do this. All right, bombs away. Okay, pretty painless. Looks good from this side too. So let's move on. Do this last side, and then we can turn this inside out for the moment of truth. So glad I took the time to figure out that wonky bottom, because it definitely looks a lot better now. So when you're using double fold bias tape, you want to fold one end under before you start. Oops, sorry, bud. What do you, oh, she has a stress ball in her mouth. You want to fold one end under, because what that's going to do is once we get back around, you encase the two together, and then you have a nice finished edge with your bias tape. Oh, but it helps if I do this the right way. And then if you want to help do these curves, you can clip into this bias tape as well. It does have just a touch of stretch in it though, so you can ease her own in. What are you doing? You just hanging? To anybody that is just joining, I'm not talking to myself or to you. I was talking to the doggy. All right, and then once you get back around to this side, oh, I'm sorry, bud. You're just gonna cut to where it, some overlap. And then you're gonna lay it, overlap it. And then what you wanna do is you wanna take, oh gosh, I didn't do it right again. Is you want to take the outside piece, so the piece that you first laid, and open it all the way, and then fold it around that other piece. So then when we flip, it just seems like one continuous seamless piece. It's okay, girlfriend. Care, what a sweet, happy land seal. Yeah, she seems to be pretty darn happy. Hi, she's got a big wiggle butt. Choppy, she's trying to relax. All right, so now I'm like almost scared to do this again. But we're almost there. Hopefully I don't sew the bias tape down. Honey, you can't lay there. She's like laying in between the legs on my chair. I'm gonna hit you on accident. And Jop is trying to climb on me. Is this what it's like to have kids? I'm learning from my mistake the first time and checking the bias tape, making sure it's not in my seam. Oh, but I forgot to check. Oh, jeez. Hopefully I didn't catch it over there. Rounding the fourth curve. And we're folded. Ow. Yay! I didn't sew any of the other sides down. That's good. Gosh, I really tweaked my finger that time. Okay, so now we're just going to do like we did on the other side and just flip our edges around, or flip the bias tape around the raw edges. You can see, so the bias tape is like, has really nice folds in it, so I'm just gonna try to tweak this just so that these lay nice. I feel like this all looks pretty good. All right, we're gonna go for it. Joppa. Alrighty then. Okay, let's flip this bad boy right side out. Over here. It's crazy what a little bit of bias tape can do, because it really neatened up the edges. What are you doing? Why do you look guilty? She just ran in here with her eyes so wide. See, so it looks nice so far. Let's see. I'm always so nervous about my zippers when I'm flipping a bag. Oh my God, some serious muscle. Sweating. Oh my gosh, was it worth it? I think it might have been. I think it came out pretty good, even though I struggled there at the end, but none the wiser. The corners look nice. Jenna, yeah, and usually this was one of the harder ones to flip, and I think it's because of this craft text. I definitely will never use craft text on the bottom again, unless I just do just the bottom. You can see it's a little bit, because it's not adhered or quilted, it's a little bit loose looking on the bottom. But I think I'm gonna use my mini iron and iron on the inside. And so there's what it looks like down in there. And so the bias tape, you can't even see it when it's done. I mean, you can see it obviously in the bottom of the bag, but it's not like glaring, and it doesn't look bad. It looks nice and tidy, which is good. But yeah, I'd say with a good iron, it's good. I'm glad that I shortened the straps. I think I would even, on the next one at 85%, go down another inch. So the original strap length, I would take off 2 inches instead of just 1. But yeah, I think she's pretty darn toot and cute. Yeah, it'll just take a little bit more finesse, rolling of the seams. Sometimes when my seams don't like to stick out, I'll put clips on them for a little bit. Especially these curves. Oh, okay. That's violent. Okay, well, I'm glad that it looks good, because I was going to be big sad if it just looked like trash. Nothing like a big investment on a bag and it coming out looking bad, but it actually looks quite cute. And the corners aren't bad. Good. See, they came out pretty good. It's just that lumpy bottom, which I think ironing it will take care of that. Then the quilting looks really cute. All right, so I'm gonna just finish the crossbody strap real quick. Okay, yeah, because this is gonna take a little bit of time to keep pushing those edges out. if you guys think of a cool name, extra points if it starts with J, let me know. Joppies. He's mad about something. Joppa. The window's open out there and he's doing his neighborhood patrol. Watch out, baby. Okay, hey, Joppa. Karen, Juniper. Yeah, so that's, Brandon said Juniper, but our friends are about to have a little girl and they're naming her Juniper. I feel like that might be a little weird. Like, yeah, we named our dog after your kid. I think I'm probably just going to try to convince Brandon to, if we keep her, if she goes unclaimed, of course, we're not just going to keep somebody's dog, but I really like the name Jinx. I've been the one who's named all of our pets too. Just because Brandon doesn't come up with names as good as me, I guess. Jube? Is that how you would say that, Nick? Jube or Juby? Jasmine. Yeah, I called her Jazzy earlier. I do like the name Josie, or Joplin would be cute, but I feel like having Joppa and then a Joplin might be a little confusing. Oh my goodness. And then they'd have all the same nicknames, which would be very confusing. I wonder what's going on out there. Joppa. Well, she doesn't want to have anything to do with him regulating the streets, which is good. She's just sitting here at my feet under the table. Okay. It's the final countdown. I haven't seen one of these bags with a crossbody strap yet, so. Here, let me move you so that you can see. Oh. So, this double folded strap is like super thick, which is nice. It doesn't slide easily, but it slides when you need it to. So there we go. Yeah, so this is a big, I have kind of a wide butt, and it covers my whole butt, so it's a pretty decent sized bag, I'd say. It seems like a good handbag size, and that it would fit quite a lot. I think the only thing that I might change on the next one is the straps, because they do just stand up on their own, which is fine. But maybe like adding some hardware here so then they could flop down when they're not being used. And then it would look something like that. Let's see. I think that would be super cute. So I might do that on the next one. But I think if you're a person that carries bags like this, it's super cute. And then again, I'll shorten the straps just a touch. And then if you're not, you do this. You could even add like a backpack strap to it, or like a D-ring here, and then your strap, your crossbody strap could become 2 straps here. Watch coming down. Yeah, there's lots of, excuse me, there's lots of ways that you can customize this bag. And again, so this is the 85%. So the original is this big, which is significantly bigger, which this would be a cool backpack size. So yeah, I might do that too. But again, I don't know, if you were with me yesterday, then you know how much these are gonna be. They're gonna be pretty expensive. So I don't know, I might have to cool my jets on making these just to see how they move first, but I do really love them. So let's see what you guys are saying. Kaz Kiwi, Jodine, yes, that's a great one. Jolene's actually really fun too. Jolie, yes. Jasper, yep. Jasper's in the running already, Kelly. That's Brandon likes that name a lot. I said Jinx, he said Jasper, but we don't even know if we're keeping the dog, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. If I made it, I would leave the short straps off. I like crossbody or shoulder straps. Becky, yeah, that's generally my take on bags as well. I'm not one to carry a bag like this, but in all honesty, I'm not really one to carry a bag. So, which is kind of ironic that I'm a bag maker. And if I do carry a bag, it's a backpack. So I'm always thinking about ways to make it convertible, which I think could be pretty. Actually, if you did hardware here, like not D-rings, or you could do D-rings and then do thinner straps up here, which would also take away from just kind of how blocky these straps are. And like I said yesterday, I would do 3/4 straps. So these straps are 1 inch wide, and on the next 85% one, I'll do 3/4 inches, because the 1 inch look really good on the full size one, but I think it just makes sense to lower the strap size. But if you even had it wide down here, and then you had a piece of hardware, and then you had it thinner here, then your backpack straps could actually connect to this hardware as well. So you wouldn't have to, you would just have like D-rings here, and then it could connect here, and that could become a backpack. So yeah, lots of ways to customize this bag, which I'll probably have to make one more now. A, because this one was split up into 2 videos. B, because this was live videos. And C, because I want to make more. But yeah, I think for all intents and purposes, it came out pretty darn cute. I just got to give it a nice press, and then we're off to the races. So I'm going to sign off. I realized the dogs need to, oh my gosh, it's already 9 o'clock. Crazy how time passes so quickly. Need to feed the pups. And yeah, here, I'll show you the baby. Ouch. I wish I could turn. Oh, I can. There she is. You say hi. Okay, so there's the bags. Here, let's get her. How would I press it? So I'm going to press it by, I have a mini iron, and so I will use that to press it. So we're in my kitchen now. We redid our kitchen during the pandemic. There you go. I went and got some treats so that we can get the baby some treats. Whoa, slow down, guys. Oh, they're very excited. Let's see. She does sit, so we'll see if we can get her to do that. She's scared of the tripod, though. Jazzy. Yeah, Robin, I like Jazzy, too. I think that's super cute. I just need to start writing them down, because I had another one earlier that I thought was cute, too. Okay, come here. Come here. Can you sit? Sit. 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 He's getting the crazy eyes. Oh, you don't even know what. Oh, whoa, these are huge. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but they're like sweet potato wrapped in duck, and Joppa loves these. Okay, sit. Give me 5. Good boy. Baby girl. Okay, sit. Hey, sit. Sit. You're almost doing it. Sit, Autumn. Okay, good enough. Oh, she's stepping on my toe. All right, guys. With that, I am going to sign off and go feed these babies and give the stinky one a bath. And I'll keep you updated on our situation, let you know if we all got a new dog collectively. And let me know in the comments what bags you want to see next. I do have the Estrella. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. I have that bag pattern. And I also have one more Oro Rosa pattern. I really love the new Luna one. So I might buy that one and do that one as well. So let me know what you want to see. Yes, Jenna, she's got a crazy wiggle butt. She's super wiggly all the time. She's just she's a happy baby. But yeah, let me know what you want to see in the comments. If you like the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. That helps with the ratings. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging.